Hey YouTube, the community day for July was just announced, Tynamo, and it is something. So we're quickly going to go over the community day info, and then you can, like, here's the thing. Thank you for watching the video, but you can quickly do this analysis by yourself in like 2 minutes to see if it's worthy. And it's just going over the same things that I've always gone over. But if you're new to this, we'll just quickly go over whether it improves and how much. So it will now get Volt Switch, so it's a fast attack Volt Switch. Volt Switch is a pretty decent fast move. Quarter hatch, so it's the egg one. So again, they rotate. So quarter hatch distance for eggs, and then couple candies, couple XL chances for XLs, lure modules, yada yada yada, same old, and yada yada yada. Nothing that really seems to matter. The web store, Jesus, okay. Okay, what's the point of that? Okay, Electros. Electros. Clearly went garbage with Spark, Dragonclaw, Thunderbolt. So does a better fast move make this Pokemon become meta relevant? And again, if you're new to this channel, welcome, subscribe. If you're not new to this channel, you know how this works. There's three things that make a Pokemon good in GBL. Their stat product, their typing, and their moveset. So two things off the bat suck about this Pokemon. Its stat product is garbage. It is a attack heavy Pokemon, 134, but it doesn't even, with like terrible defense and stamina, but it actually doesn't even have like the attack to justify its brutal defense, right? Because usually when you see some of these like maybe like 141 Surfetched that have crazy thing, yeah, slightly better defense, worse stamina. I get that it's on higher, so it has a little more, but like if you're gonna be a glass cannon, be a glass cannon. This is like a weird in between of like a high attack, but not like the hardest, but still has terrible defense and stamina. So you're just, that product is not where it needs to be for the Great League. So you better make up for it with your typings and your moveset. So typing is garbage because it's an electric. So a pure electric is not bad because you're just weak to ground. And then you resist steel, flying, and electric yourself. The problem is there is a good amount of ground and not enough. It's tough. There's not, in my opinion, there's a lot of water, but there's a lot of that water consists of mud boys and flyers. Some of the flyers is Gligar. So this is the problem with the electric type Pokemon, and the problem if you've used electrical Pokemon in this meta recently. The main waters that have been used, Poliwrath has kind of disappeared a bit, right? So Annihilate is the other one, so you kind of lost that win there. But the other waters, Quagsire, Whiscash, Swampert, those actually all resist your electric moveset. So some of the main waters resist your electric moveset. Flyers, yes, Skarmory's out there, so this will be great to wall Skarmory, but so is Gligar, and Gligar will resist all. You have Dragonclaw, but we'll get that to in a second. We'll get to that in a second. But it will resist your electric moves, and you're weak to ground, so it can go dig and beat you there, and you're so glassy, right? So you just got a lot of things going against it, just being electric. Like I said in my other video, the problem is the main series games moveset typings don't correlate well to GBL. So stuff that could be good in, let's say, the main series games like electric, where you get like a speed advantage, or grass, where it's easier to evolve. Like those don't translate to Pokemon Go. So right off the bat, when your main strengths of the main series games doesn't transfer over to GBL, you're just below everyone else. And then most of these Pokemon Grass and Electric just don't have the typing and the stat products to compete, so they better have an amazing moveset, and that's why only a few of them work well. So bad typing, bad stat product. What about moveset? So right now, it had a garbage fast move, fast at Spark and Acid Spray. So yes, Volt Switch is better. What about your charge move? You have 5 here. Acid Spray to lower your opponent's defense with Volt Switch, and you're too glassy anyway, so you probably want some sort of nukes. But you don't have them. You have Dragonclaw, Liquidation, Thunderbolt, and Crunch. So you have the only thing close to 2 damage per energy is Thunderbolt, which is a good move. So getting that stab 108 same type attack bonus, if you don't know what that is, gets you to 108 damage. Like that's a good electric move. But then your secondary move is where you kind of struggle, like a bunch of non-stab moves, which is fine. You want coverage as an electric Pokemon, but what is your coverage here? So you can use a very quick, which is the current moveset, Dragon Claw. So 35 energy, 50 damage. And the main reason they do that is for two. One, it's a coverage, it's a bait move, first and foremost, because you need, if you're going to be that glassy, you need to be able to bait before you throw your Thunderbolt. So that's what you use Dragon Claw for. Liquidation, Crunch, slightly more energy, more damage. They do the same damage for energy, so you could use either or. Depending how you want to use this Pokemon, I would recommend not using this Pokemon, but let's take a look at what changes. So when you go to Volt Switch, actually, let me just go to the moves while I'm here so you can see. So it currently has sorry, one sec. Spark, right? Yeah, Spark after the nerf. So it currently has Spark, and it is getting Volt Switch, right? So here are the two moves on the thing. So upgrade, right? You have better damage per turn and you have better energy per turn. So like it's just a pure upgrade. There's absolutely no doubt about that. So does it improve this Pokemon? Yes. How much? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to PvPoke, Great League. We're gonna put in the Great League meta. We're going to put in Spark and we're going to put in Volt Switch, and we are going to look at the difference. And the difference is 6 wins. So again, 6 is not inconsequential. You pick up Altaria, Lickitung, Sableye, Talonflame, Vigoroth, Wiggly. Those are nice pickups, right? Those Pokemon are generally nice pickups. Your record's bad and your average is bad as well. So obviously huge improvement, 6 more wins, huge increase in your average. But to be 10 games below 500 and to still have a 450 average means you're still a bad Pokemon. Again, you pick up those wins. You should pick up the ones that you're going to beat anyways, right? So you should beat Skarmory hard. Yeah, there's your Skarmory. You should beat your Waters and Flyers hard. There's your Poliwrath that I said there's less of. There's Pelipper as double weak. You now pick up Lickitung. That's cool. Is that bait dependent? See, you bait a Dragon Claw and they shield. So now the question is, if you just go straight Thunderbolt, will you even win this matchup? No, you won't. And that's so debatable whether you even get the Lickitung. You need to land a Volt Switch there. Lantern, yeah, you should be Lantern because you're resisting their electric moves. And then again, you win the Waters. You win the Waters and you lose literally everything else except for these. Again, you picked up Sableye and Lickitung and Vigoroth, which are nice, and Wiggly, which are nice pickups. But everything else here, Altaria, Bastion, Carbink, Cress, anything that's not a water, Gligar, obviously, the grounds are going to kill you. The dragons are going to kill you. Even fighters like Medi, just going to have too much bulk. Quagsire resists. Registeel hits you too hard. All the mud boys are going to kill you. Anything ground is going to kill you, right? Stunfisk, Swampert. So, and then grass. That's the problem with electric. There's so many things in this main meta, between ground and grass, that is just going to like hurt you. And dragons. There's a lot of those now. It's just going to hurt your ability to actually do well. So I threw it in Ultra League 2 because I didn't know. You pick up net 1, you pick up 3, you lose 2. You lose 1 to Greninja, which is kind of funny. But it's going to be the same thing, right? You should be winning against these water Pokemon and these flying Pokemon, and you're generally going to lose against everything else, right? So there's all your wins against your water Pokemon, and some flyers, and then you literally lose anything else. And call me old school, but if the only thing I'm winning with a Pokemon is the stuff that I'm supposed to destroy anyways, I'm not going to use it, right? So you can, I think it's a new, I have no idea if it's a new shiny or not. Again, I'm not a shiny hunter. I'm a GBLer. I do know for GBL, this thing is not going to be worth it. Even if it rises in the rankings, there is going to be 10 other electric Pokemon I would probably use before this in the Great League. Let's go to electric. Here's all the electric I would rather use over this thing, even when it gets boosted. Lantern, Chargebug, Togedemaru, Patrice 2, which I don't have, Stunfisk, Megazone. First of all, those are the ones that you should be looking at if you're going to use electric. Second tier electric, I will go. So those are the, actually, if you want to do tiers, let's do tiers. Lantern, Chargebug, 1. Tier number 2, Togedemaru, Pachirisu, Stunfisk, Magnezone. Tier number 3, Emolga, Zapdos, Bellibolt, and Dedenne are tier 3, and Galvantula. Galvantula's ranked really low. Yeah, because why would you use Galvantula when you have Chargebug? So I put Galvantula tier bottom of tier 2, top of tier 3. And then I'm putting this Pokemon in like Electivire and probably this Pokemon. I'll put Electivire like bottom of 3, and I'll put this Pokemon maybe towards the top to middle of 3. Like that's where I think it's going to fall. So there's really no reason to use it when you have so many other electric Pokemon. Maybe, but again, if you even if you like, what was that cup? Single typing cup they had, which is the first time they actually got creative in GBL, where it's you're only allowed to use a Pokemon if it has one typing, right? So anything with dual typing here, Lantern, dual typing, Chargebug, Medi, Sableye, they were all banned. So that takes out your issue of like Mud Boys, because they're the groundwater. So if you get out the Mud Boys and it's just like using a pure electric Pokemon, well then, Pachirisu is your number 1. But then all these things, Lantern, Chargebug, Togedemaru, Stunfisk, Magnezone, they're all banned. Dedenne, Emolga, these are all banned. So your options are Bellibolt and this Pokemon. So if it's not in this one, and you want a pure electric and all these other electrics are banned, then you can probably use it. Otherwise, I don't see much play for it. Again, when you're only winning the ones that you should be winning anyways that are weak to electric, that's not a good Pokemon to use in GBL. So, I mean, I always get it because you never know. You never know if they're going to add a move. Yeah, they could add. How would this Pokemon become better? You may be asking that question next. How does this Pokemon become better? You can't offset the stat product, which is bad. You can't change the electric, which is bad typing. You gotta do moveset. Volt Switch is good. Thunderbolt, 2 damage per energy for 55, pretty good. Maybe give it like Wild Charge. First of all, I'm just thinking like, again, I have no idea what the main series games is, like the moves are. But Wild Charge is a 45 energy for 100 damage. That's without stab, so 115 on top of that. So if you right now have a 55 energy move for 108, having a 45 energy for, what is it, 15% or 20% same type attack? Maybe it's up to 120. 120 damage for 45 energy. That's what you need to make this Pokemon relevant. Your secondary move is kind of annoying too. Like, the only way this thing would be good is if you're giving this like a very, very quick 1.6, 1.7 damage per energy. So you have 45 energy, 1.6 damage per energy, but you really need like a, like, let me just sort by energy here. You really need like a body slam. Like, again, I have no idea if this gets body slam, but you need a 35 for 60 move like that, 1.7 damage per energy for a quick, fast, decent hitting move. When you're getting to like these 1.4s, these are okay. This is what you have with Dragon Claw, but it's not good enough to make up for this Pokemon's things. If you go up to 40s here, if you can get like a 40 at like 1.7, 1.8, I wouldn't hate that. Again, Doom Desire, you're not on a... Again, I don't know whether it matters, but that seems like a... I don't know if it's like a legacy, but Doom's Desire seems like a legacy one. And then you get your nuke, your Community Days, Hydro Cannon, stuff like that. So obviously you probably won't be with this Pokemon. So again, you need something like a high damage, low energy move with a better electric move like Wild Charge to make this Pokemon relevant. So unless this Pokemon gets at least one, probably 2 upgrades from movesets, it's not going to be useful. Anyways, that is it. Sorry to burst your bubble. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.